Normally what I would do with sign up is I would do the sign in first and then we do the sign up, but that's kind of stupid. So one thing I forgot to do is I forgot to look up a no photo. Does be a PNG. This is going to be the default, picture when you sign up. I used this one before. Yeah, I might as well. We'll save this. So like I said, this is the, if you don't have a picture, it'll default to this. So we'll just go default. Default. So we'll just do that. Okay, and let me put this in a main. Oh, yeah, we'll put it in a header with a layout. Okay, so anyway, so let's begin the sign up. Now, I'm going to kind of make it the same way I made the previous sign up, sort of, but you'll see how much easier it is once you have all those main styles and everything. So we're going to have sign up wrapper, and we're just going to give it a, what did I call it? Now I got to remember what I called everything. Where is it? Where's my main? There. Form border, okay. And then we're going to give it this form border. No, not the, yeah, no, the form border. That's what I meant. Sorry. Okay, so that's that. We're going to give a main heading on an H3, and we'll say sign up below. And we're going to put the form in there, which is a post form. Now, since we're using JavaScript for whatever, well, to prepare you for when we actually do the real-time updates and everything, we're going to give it an on submit, and that will be event.prevent default. We have to tell JavaScript that when we hit this form, we don't want you doing anything. We're going to stop it from processing. But we also have to do something we never did before. We have to give it a name, and that name is going to be sign up form. And the reason why we have to give it a name is because, once more, since Laravel is so great, it easily gives you a CSRF token by you just doing @CSRF. Now you have a token. And when we look at the actual form, I will show you. Now, what was it again? It was form area, right? And was that what it was? Yeah, form area and then main input. And now in this we give input text, and the ID is going to be sign up username. Placeholder will equal username. And then in here we're going to give it the good old error and if name error. And we'll just do one of these so we know what it looks like. After that, we're going to do main input. And we're going to go input text. And we're going to give it an ID. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, I know. Not this. The form area is that. This is the main input. Otherwise, you're going to get a big main input that doesn't make any sense. All right, so let's get rid of this. So this is form area. Okay. Input, text, main input, sign up email. Don't need a name. Everything is taken care of except for the placeholder. Now the reason why I put email and not, the reason why I put email and not, like the reason why I put it in the user class in the table, or the user model in the table, the reason why I have it in the, because typically I would put the email address in the infos or profiles. Laravel will freak out if you don't. It's built a certain way. It's built with a user already inserted, so you need to have the user's email, otherwise it won't work. Sign up password. And then, I don't need that, but I'll say placeholder equals password. The password is. Do that. P. So you have to have it in. You have to have email in your users. You can't take care of it. You can't get rid of that. It won't work. And form area. Input, what's that? Input. Conf password. And something equals confirm password. So that's the form. And within the form we need another div, and we're going to call this sign up buttons. And on one side, we're going to have sign up link, and that's going to be an SM link. Remember that one? That'll take us to sign in. Already a member. And then sign up button, sign up button. Button would be a button. Primary button with an on-click event of sign up, and then we'll say sign up. So, remember all those main inputs and stuff? If I hit refresh, we've already got everything that we need. It's already there, except this is outside the form. Why is this outside the form? It should be inside the form. Yeah. Oh, okay. Probably because it's pushed it out. No big deal. Where is my... Yeah, I think it's... Oh, I didn't put a password thing in there. I mean, an error thing in there. Wait, hold on. That's... Oh, yeah. That's why. Oh, that was supposed to be that one. Oh, my fault. Okay, we have enough closing divs. Is this div, that div's closed there, that div's closed there, that div's closed there. That one's closed there. I think that should be okay. I messed up the indentation. That's my fault. There you go. So our errors look good. I like them. They're nice and bold and thick. We don't need them anymore. So now, like I said, we don't have that much styling to go. All we got to do is I want to make this form smaller, like narrower, and I want these to be spread. So let's go over here. This is why I love main classes. Page. Okay. Now then, I said sign up wrapper. The reason why I'm going to do the sign up wrapper separate is because I want it centered in a certain way. Width we'll call 800 pixels, margin, no, I don't think it's going to matter actually. Auto, And margin top, we'll do 5%. 5% so that on any page it's going to look like that. Okay. But now the borders are all out of whack, so we'll change that up. Sign up, wrapper, form, width of, well, 700 pixels. And a little bit of padding. Just because I don't want it all squished up. So that's why we said 100% width. So, well, that looks like garbage. All right, hold on. I said 100% for these because for the input fields, so that you can just kind of base it off of whatever. And now, when I go to sign up buttons, and I say display flex and justify content, space between, and I also say width of 750 pixels, and I also say margin top of 10 pixels, and even do a margin bottom of 10 pixels. Once I do that, guess what, folks? We're done. That's it. We're done. We're done with our sign-in form because we had all those. And how long did that take? I don't like this thing popping up, but it's 11 minutes. It took 11 minutes to make a whole sign-in form or sign-up form. And now, when we click on this, already a member, we can basically do the same thing for sign-in. The sign-in will be the same thing. It's going to be sign-in, wrapper, form, border, and we'll have a header, main heading, sign in below, and then we'll have a form of post where the action A doesn't mean anything to me. It's going to be on submit, event, prevent, default. This is why you download all those extensions. Are they extensive? Because if you download all the extensions, it color codes. It just makes everything a lot easier. And name equals sign in form. So that when we go like this, and I'm going to show you what this does in just a second. CSRF, and then we'll just have two. We'll have the form area, input, text, sign in, username, main input, place, username, error, user, we'll shorten it a bit. No, I'll just do this again just to take a look at what it looks like. And then, whoops. Form area. Input password. Sign in password. Input. Password. Don't you love when I'm using a framework and I parallel use the framework? Because again, Laravel includes Bootstrap. Most of them do. I don't like using Bootstrap. I just find Bootstrap to be, ghetto. That's just me. You can use Bootstrap. You can just use the Bootstrap thing. You can use all their different, what was it called again? Whatever. Their form layouts and everything. I forgot what it was called. Oh, whatever. I used to know Bootstrap really well, then I stopped using it. The key is to keep using things, otherwise you can't remember how you did it. Sign in, link. Sign up. Not yet a member. And then sign in. Button, primary button. sign in with an on-click event equaling sign in. Really, like, programming's easy. Techies make it look difficult. And I think it's just because they're so pretentious. Look at what I can do. I don't care. Because really, it's not that hard. Programming is not that. You will have the same effect. And you'll have the security. There's no difference. It's not. You should understand what you're doing. Don't get me wrong. Like you need to understand what you're doing. But it's not as complex as techies make things out to be. It's really not. I say this all the time. I mean, I was going on my college education, which was years ago, and just pure watching things and how things were done, and I went, oh, that looks okay. I guess I can figure that one out, and basically just did it. You got to just do it. You got to work it. You got to figure it out. You got to see how things work for you. Again, I just find the REMs. I mean, I guess they have a purpose in whatever, but what's the big deal about pixels? What, it doesn't look cool? Who cares? It's an exact measurement. It's not some 16 pixels that you're still using pixels. Like that's the whole thing when it comes to me doing like web development or whatever. The question is, does it save time? Is it doing anything new? If the answer is no, it's not doing anything new, then there's no purpose to it. If you could do it in any other way and it doesn't take up that much time, what's the purpose? There is none. Sounds important. It isn't. REM sounds important. It isn't. So there you go. We have our sign-in, sign-up pages. But they don't do anything. Let's go to sign-up first. When I press this button, nothing happens. But I want to show you this. If you look at the form, see that? Now it's got a name of subtext token. So that's key. That's why we named the sign-up form. But I think I don't really need that. I think I just use input. Let me see. Scripts. Let's take a look. Name, input. Yeah, I think I still, value. I think I still need the value. Because I was doing something else. Yeah, so it would be input, right, okay. We'll try that out. We'll take a look. Before we do anything else, let's close this out. Okay, 18 minutes. All right. Let's get it started. I'm not going to finish because I want to do this in 25, 30 minutes. So let's go to landing and we'll do code. Don't really need it because the function is function sign up. Let's get the values of all these little things. So we need username. Now, in case you're wondering, I did not put unique in the migration for user because we're going to do a check in the actual backend checking to ensure that you don't reuse the same username. I'll show you how easy it is with Laravel. I said, what did I call this thing? Sign up username. Really, really distinct. Dot value. Then email, which we need. We don't need it for signing in, but we need it for sign because we're going to do our own sign-in check, and we're going to make our own user session. And trust me, this thing works brilliantly. It's beautiful. And when you see how easy it is to make a user session, oh my God. The only thing is I'm going to have to show you something else when we get to that point. We're not up to that point yet. I'm just going to get these values. So now I got to get the value of this. So let's say sign up token. And I think that it's not an ID, so it would be a query selector. Let me try that out. Let me try input name token. Let me see if that gets the value. So what I always do is I always alert, just in case. You can use console log. I always alert my values so I can see them, make sure I got all the same values. And if nothing pops up, then we know we did something wrong, because that's JavaScript. That's one of the things I will give Google, the data mining evil corporation it is. They do give you an opportunity to see your errors in JavaScript, because otherwise you would see nothing. So let's do our usual. See, nothing happened, so now I can go here and see what happened. No, okay, so we can't do it that way. So how did I do it? I did it. Let me check my notes. I don't need you anymore. I did it. Let's see. I was trying something new and it just didn't work out. So it is form, name, sign-in form, input. Yeah, why couldn't I just do that? Form, name, sign-in form, and it is query selector, which I already have. So form and the name of the form. I guess it just can't figure, I don't know. Sign up form, and then input name. Yeah, I didn't. You're really going to give me a hard time about that? That's what I called it though, right? So now if I do just number, what's your problem? Oh, that's not what I called that. I could probably just do that. Let's get this out. I'm looking at the wrong line. I'm looking at that, just assuming. That's what happens when you assume. So let me go back. What did I call this? Conf password. Why did I call it that? Oh well. Yeah, this is why. That's better. Let's try that again. There you are, and there's the token. So we can't just do it that way. There. So now we have the values. Okay, what are we at in terms of time? 22. Well, you know what we're going to do here, right? We're going to make. Oh, by the way, I didn't even say variable. Oh well. Didn't even have to say variable. There you go. Sign up, send equals new XML. Once more, it comes equipped with Axios, but Axios is just what we're doing. That's all it is. So to use Axios, you can go ahead, makes no difference. To use Vue, you can do Vue embedded, makes no difference. It's the same thing. Vue is just a framework of JavaScript. Axios is a framework of JavaScript's XML HTTP request. Makes no difference. So now, sign up, send, onload, the onload function, or you can do this if you want to do this, and I don't do that. It's just function. So we have our sign up equals blank array, sign up equals this dot response text dot split. With that, and I use the tilde, seeing as how it won't really. Typically, people don't put tildes and stuff. If you do, it's going to screw up your sign-up form, so don't do it. Yeah, there's really nothing. I mean, what else can I use? Because if people put in characters in, I'm just trying to figure out what else would. Oh, whatever. So we'll just do that. And if sign up 0 does not equal no then we will produce. Blank, then document, get element by ID, I called it what? What errors? Username error. Inner HTML equals sign up error 0. Else it equals nothing. These are individual errors, error areas, so we don't need them to coincide with one another. But we want to make sure that if it's just one error or whatever, it's not popping errors, or it's not showing the errors from previous and you're going, what? I thought I fixed that. Email error, I'm thinking, right? Inner HTML, because inner HTML is what's inside the HTML inside. You're putting HTML inside an area. That's why you have to use it. You have to sort of design it like HTML. Because it is HTML. Inner HTML, meaning inside the HTML of what we're getting the value of. Again, I'm not a JavaScript fan, don't get me wrong. I try to use it as little as possible. That's why I use programming frameworks. Like programming languages like PHP, which was basically an online version of C, or Python, or Ruby. And I want to kind of look at other ones too. I was going to do .NET, we'll see. My friend used to do .NET for his job. .NET is an ASP framework. It's probably the same thing. Just that it's done by Microsoft, so it's probably crap. Conf add password error. Because everything Microsoft makes is crap. Another evil data mining corporation. Try to use them as little as possible. So there are errors. If not, what we'll do is we are going to do a redirect via JavaScript. And that will be to your dashboard. And we'll get the ID of the newly created user. Now, the problem is we don't have a dashboard page. So we have to make a dashboard page. So I don't want to put that in a landing controller. I want to put that in a new controller called users controller. Now, same conventions. App, HTTP, controllers. All right. Yeah, come on, work with me now. Now, the only problem is that, so we're going to go like this. PP, controller, and use app models user. Use app models info. Use app models forum. Use app models discussion, and use app models response. Now, class users controller extends controller. And we'll go like this. We'll go public function. We're going to no, we're going to call it dashboard. Dashboard. Now, I'll show you something to do here. Oh, baby. And we're going to return view users dashboard, and we're going to send the user object. So Once we do that, we have to go to the web, and we have to make and remember when we had to do like all these variables and stuff like that in Codeigniter, all we need is to go user. We're basically saying that the identifier is going to identify the user object. And we don't have to do anything else with that, and then we just want to include this. That's all we have to do. And then we have to make a page. Now, we are going to go here, views, users. Can I do like this? No, that's going to make another file. Don't do that. That's going to make another folder. File, dashboard.blade.php. And all I will do is I am just going to print out the user. That's it. So I'm going to do when we get there. We are at what? Oh, wow, we're at 31 minutes. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we're going to stop here. We'll get to the sign up and sign in checks when I return next time. But until then, hey, if you like it, like, subscribe. I'm not going to tell you what you should do, but it really helps. So I'll see you later.